Well, we had to switch gears. It's getting so late. I was going to make one of these chuck eye steaks. I got one here trimmed up with a baked potato and a secret side, but it's getting late in the evening. I think I'll switch, and I'll just go with something I love. Me and my son used to get it from time to time down at the Huddle House, and that's a steak and eggs. So that's what we've got here. We've got a chuck eye steak that I told you all about in the last episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. I got some sweet cream, salted butter, my preferred kind, getting soft. 2 large eggs, some salt and pepper, and my favorite bread, Sunbeam. So that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have some eggs, steak, and toast tonight. And I'm going to use my cast iron pan to cook it all up. And I got to have some herbs too. So let me check and grab some of them too. So for my seasonings tonight, we're going to be using some rosemary and some thyme when we're basting it in that sweet cream butter right over there. So hey, let me get you all set up and get this breakfast for dinner, eggs, steak, and toast, cooking on. Now the first thing we want to do is season up our steak. And I'm not going to be doing any of this Salt Bay arched hand and arm, looks like a crane or a goose. I'm just going to take some of my favorite salt, Morton's, sprinkle generously. You know, if you want, I can do the Salt Bay trick with a salt shaker. Look at that. So much better control, I think. I've already seasoned up the other side, but we'll probably add to it when we throw it in the pan on this side. And that's all we're going to do for the initial seasoning. And we've had this steak out, having it come up to room temperature for about 30 to 45 minutes. And that's crucial if you want to get a good sear. The other thing you want to do is make sure you give your cast iron pan plenty of time to get warmed on up. And I've already added a touch of olive oil to the pan to lubricate it initially to get that crust. The butter, which I have right here, is for the final basting sauce, where we'll incorporate the thyme and the rosemary in there. And we'll do some of that basting with a spoon, you know, like you see in the fancy videos. So hold on, we'll be cooking in a minute or two. Now you know your pan is hot enough when you just start to see a little bit of smoke rising. Maybe you can see it right there. And we're just going to turn it down a touch. Don't want it to burn our olive oil. And then we're just going to put this in, top side down. Listen for the sizzle. Just slide it right down. Give it a little bit of a firm touch. And just leave it alone. And take a look at your clock. Now, it won't stick if you leave it there long enough. If you try to move it before that crust has developed, oh yeah, then you're going to have some issues. You certainly will. Now I'm going to place a top on it. And I'm going to leave it there. And on that side for about 4 to 5 minutes, like I said, until that crust develops. And then we'll go in and give it a flip. So let's give it a try and see if that thing's ready to move. Right there, you can see it's starting to cook on up. Get out the old tongs. Look at that. No problemo. Woo, look at that perfect sear. Did you see that right there? Oh, and for what we're wanting, on the bottom side, we're going to give it another 3 to 4. Because I'm looking to go for medium rare. Okay? Now, I haven't cooked a steak except for that little old cheap $1.97 Dollar Tree New York strip that we did, what, a couple of months ago? I'm not even really sure that you could call that a steak. Ooh, it sounded nice too. Oh my, look at that. While that side's searing, we're going to go ahead and add some butter in there. This is probably going to produce some smoke. Get that butter all in there. Now to add some herbs. We're going to hit that butter with some generous shakings of thyme. Put some on that steak. Oh yeah. Some of this ground rosemary. And now we just got to bake. Just tip it up and start basting it on top. Just like that. Just like in the fancy restaurant. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Look at that. Doesn't get no better than that. Now we've got our plate. So this is pretty much done. Oh yeah, I can tell. Let's go ahead and rest it on our plate. Cover it with a little foil, because we've got eggs to cook now. Stick it in the oven where it'll be nice and warm. Turn the heat down on our pan, and we're going to crack our eggs into all that goodness too. Just like that. And I got some shell in that one. We're going to have to get that out. I broke the one yolk, but that'll be okay. Can't be perfect all the time. A little bit of pepper on my eggs. A little bit of salt. Cover them back up and let those yolks firm up while I get the toast going. Add a little bit of water, produce some steam, cook my yolks. Looks like my eggs are just about done. Steakified eggs. Right there. Except for the toast. There we have it. So there you have the finished breakfast for dinner. A pan-seared chuck-eye steak, some steak fried eggs, and some toast right there. Ooh, and that steak's looking fine. All basted in sweet cream butter with rosemary and thyme. I'm so hungry, I can't stand it. And it's rather late. 'Cause that's what happens when you try to cook and do a YouTube video in another episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. Say y'all, I gotta run and gotta eat this while it's hot. I hope you don't mind. So y'all take care out there. Stay safe. May God bless you all. as you've blessed those in your lives. You know we love you for stopping by. Goodbye and good night for now. Whew, I'm going to get a fork and a knife and I got to dig in. I cannot wait. Let me tell you, it's going to be mighty fine. Let's see. I was shooting for medium rare. Oh yeah. It's looking pretty good. I went a little more to medium than I did to rare, but it's rather pink, and that'll make me happy. Oh, let's give it a taste test. I can't leave my friends and family without a taste test, can I? Yeah, you almost let me run off without doing a taste test, and that wouldn't be fair. So let me try the steak chuck eye for breakfast, for dinner, right here. Let's give it a try. That is so tender and juicy. And I wish the camera could pick it up. That nice light pink right in the center. I hit the mark. Such a delight. That is good. I hope you can find one of these and try it in your neighborhood. Good night, all. Man, enough of video. I'm gonna eat.